everybody on YouTube, it's me, the Student Witch. Welcome to my kitchen. I have you propped up on my window, and I'm here to talk about oils. I've been wanting to make oils, anointing and blessing oils for a very long time, and the other day I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go out and get all the ingredients and make these oils. So these oils are inspired by hoodoo. A lot of the herbs that I've used in some of these oils are inspired by hoodoo. But they're also inspired by just my intuition, what I intuitively associate with the different energies that I'm trying to work with. And just my experience. So the first oil, let me show you, is this beautiful oil that I have in the jar here. And I got all of these ingredients at Michael's, as in the jar, and the labels that I'm using, which I'll show you in a second. Michael's, a grocery store, which is where I got some of the oils, and a place where you can get dried herbs in bulk. Some people order their herbs from mountainroseherbs.com. I get my herbs at a store called Cambridge Naturals, which is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and down the street from where I live. And the crystals I got from my favorite crystal/occult bookstore called 7 Stars, which is also in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Awesome place to visit. It's near Central Square. You take the red line, get off at Central Square, walk down the street, and there's 7 Stars bookstore. Anyway, for all you Bostonians out there. Yeah, so first of all, the oil that I used for my Guadalupe oil is almond oil, sweet almond oil. And I got this at the Cambridge Naturals store. When I think of sweet almond oil, I guess maybe because it's a little bit pricier than some of the other oils that you can use, I think of luxury. I think of something that's sumptuous and sensual and physical, something that you would want to touch, you know. And the Virgin of Guadalupe, I've mentioned before in previous videos that I've done extensive academic research about her and about her position in Mexican and Mexican-American culture, and also just in general of Latin American culture. There are people throughout the New World, and also in Europe, I'd imagine, who work with her as a mother goddess, as a protection goddess, as a symbol of hope. I work with her because, to me, she is a New World goddess, and I know the term New World is problematic because Europeans named this part of the world New because they didn't know about it. But she is a product of colonization, just like me. I'm a person of European descent, but I live and I've grown up in the United States. So a lot of my academic work also involves researching the colonial period, Spanish colonization, Portuguese colonization, even French colonization because of Martinique and the island of Guadalupe and some of the other islands in the Caribbean. Even some of the islands in the Caribbean were colonized by the Dutch, and Anglo or English colonization. And we have Louisiana, you know, a big French colony at one time down there. So, yes, so I study colonialism and also a lot of post-colonial theory. So my attraction to Guadalupe as a New World mother goddess, meaning that she is syncretic. She appeared at a very specific colonial moment in New Spain, the territory that would come to be known as Mexico. She appeared thanks to Aztec influences, indigenous influences, and the Spanish Catholicism that was brought over here to this part of the world. And because of those different influences coming together, she, to me, represents a survivor. She represents adaptability, and just fierce strength, I think. So anyway, that's why I work with the Virgin of Guadalupe. And that's why I also wanted to honor her and her energies and what she represents to me by making her an oil. So almond oil is the base. The first ingredient is rose quartz. If you know the story of the Virgin of Guadalupe, or the myth, roses are involved in that myth. And you should look it up if you don't know. The story of Juan Diego and the roses and the image magically appearing and all these things. And December 12th is her feast day. So, I have dried rose petals that I dried myself. I bought 3 roses and I've been drying the petals here. So that's also why I wanted to work with rose quartz, because it's also a very maternal, loving, strengthening energy to me. I also associate rose quartz with the female reproductive system and female reproductive energies. So there's the fertility aspect there. So yeah, so rose quartz and rose petals. I also included star anise or star anise, and to me, star anise or anise, it has a very astral, I mean, it's the shape of a star, right? So it has a great astral aspect to it, so using the Virgin Guadalupe as a connection with the astral. Pink Himalayan salt. So salt itself has a very earthy, grounding, purifying, protective energy, but then the pink color on top of that is the feminine aspect of that grounding and protecting energy. So pink salt. Dried ginger root. And to me, ginger root can have different uses depending on, or different types of energy depending on how you want to use it. So here it is a warming energy, the warmth that you feel when you think of your mother, or well, maybe not your mother, depending on how your relationship is with your mom, but that protective, comforting, warming, soothing energy that ginger root can have. I also included an orange peel, or the peel of half an orange. I just like the scent. And it has a nice cleansing sweetness to it. To accentuate that, I also added a few drops of sweet orange essential oil. I also added a few drops of this essential oil, which Cambridge Naturals makes. It's called Essential Love, and I'm just in love with this essential oil blend. So it has lavender, pink grapefruit, patchouli, geranium, sage, ylang ylang, sandalwood, and jasmine. It's just fabulous. I've been burning it in an oil diffuser, and it's amazing. So to add to that rose flowery essence, I added this to the oil. And I have, let's see, what am I missing? 1 vanilla bean, which vanilla beans are fucking expensive, but you see it here. 1 vanilla bean, because vanilla is also has that sweetness. When I think of vanilla, I think of like childhood memories of baking cookies with your mom, like those kind of warm, fuzzy memories, that sweetness that a mother energy can also give you. And I think it would go well with the orange and the ginger that I got going on. And copal, or copal, resin. Copal, it was used by the Mayan and the Aztec peoples. It was their form of incense that they would burn. So I think it would be appropriate, since the Virgin de Guadalupe does have a lot of those indigenous roots within her. And it just, I think of copal as having a very feminine, mystical energy. When I think of copal, I think of the High Priestess in the tarot. So the copal will add that kind of energy to the oil. What else am I missing? And yeah, that's it. Those are all the ingredients. I'm going to let this oil sit. Well, I've already started to work with it, but the longer you let it sit, the more delicious it's going to smell. So, yeah, I'm going to let this sit for probably 4 to 6 weeks before I put it into smaller bottles. But I went ahead and made a bunch in bulk in this jar. I got this jar at Michael's. And I also got these really cute little paper doilies that I'm going to use for my labels. So here I have the Guadalupe oil, and I wrote Mother Goddess, Love and Protection. So those are the energies, or her energies, that I want to work with. And then another one where I wrote the ingredients down. So yeah, that is my Guadalupe oil. Thanks for watching. Bye.